Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back for another video. Today I wanted to cover the latest trailer of Dead City. I realize it's Friday and I'm a little bit behind, but I have too much shit to do, honestly, and I'm old.
I feel terrible.
But I wanted to talk about this next trailer, give our thoughts, our theories, our predictions for the next episode of Dead City, episode 3. And after the everything that took place in the second one with Dama kind of going off the deep end there and taking out Victor, the violin player, which also turned was one of Negan's only friends in this situation that he was in, being his jailer and everything, and have spent a lot of time with him in the last year, and having him killed right in front of him, and just that look that he gave to Croats. I mean, shit's coming, and I cannot wait for some of these people to get theirs. But for now, we're going to dive into what's going on with Maggie and her group after they made their just very ill-advised attempt to get to the island, after Maggie was just very adamant about, you need to rethink this. There's other ways to go about getting there. You're all going to get killed. Well, that was the end result. A lot of those people were killed, including the governor, who was just a terrible character to begin with. And now we have to deal with Colonel Lucia, who, honestly, I think it could go a couple of different ways for her. She might come to realize Maggie knows what the hell she's talking about, or she's going to die. I vote for the latter, but we'll have to wait and see what happens, because people have a tendency to redeem themselves. But with these spin-offs, as we've seen in all of them at this point, any characters that have the possibility or the potential to be interesting always die. That's just how it's been. I don't know if it's about just wanting to focus on these main characters and not focus on any side characters. We do have people like Pearlie Armstrong. People are kind of thinking that he won't make it through this season. We'll just have to wait and see. And if this whole kind of New York thing progresses into the next season, or it's going to be a completely different kind of story the next couple of seasons, given that we are getting a new showrunner. But let's dive into these pictures and just kind of talk about what we could possibly see in this next episode. We got Pearlie here leading the group into New York, and we know that they're going to wind up in Central Park. And Central Park is just vast wilderness at this point, being in the middle of Manhattan and everything. It's completely untamed, overgrown, just overrun with walkers at this point, because you know that some point Negan is going to find his way in there, because there's this whole thing in the trailer where he says he's going to take out what remaining soldiers there are. So we know that Negan has gotten himself into a situation after everything with Victor and kind of holding off and firing on the boat on the last episode, that he's probably going to have to prove himself again on some level. But Pearlie here leading a few people. We got Maggie in the background, Herschel, and then of our few remaining soldiers that didn't get themselves killed. Well, I guess the governor and Lucia got them killed, just being very kind of arrogant, thinking they could just waltz into New York and do what they wanted. Then we got this new character. We don't have any information on her yet. We just have her in the trailers where she has this freshly removed heart. Whether it's human or animal, don't know yet. I'm thinking it's probably animal, but we have these people. More than likely, this is going to be a group of people that's probably live somewhere near Central Park or within it, or just there's something kind of savage about these people, much like the Seraphites in The Last of Us Season 2. Those people have since kind of renounced any kind of technology or any modern way before the world came to an end and everything, and they are living out in the wilderness, and they have this whole religion, and it's very weird. So I'm wondering if this is kind of the same thing. She says something in the trailer like, you guys have been making a lot of noise, so we know that a lot of stuff's probably going to happen as they enter Central Park, trying to make their way across there, get to whatever part of Manhattan they're trying to get to. But then we got Maggie here taking out a walker. She's got this new contraption strapped to her arm. Honestly, it just looks kind of looks like a board with nails, possibly. I mean, Maggie's probably one of the few experienced people that can really handle herself in the field, taking out walkers, being that she's been at this for quite some time, and a lot of those other people are probably pretty sheltered. Just another of the same scene. Another the same scene, but just I thought that was kind of a cool picture, and you can see that she notices something, like maybe something off in the distance, maybe something blew up, maybe she sees more black smoke, because we got that reveal at the end of the episode where she sees, or she realizes, that Herschel is the one that started the fire, that signaled the Croat and everybody, getting all those people killed. And I'm trying to decide whether or not he actually feels guilty about it, because this kid, I think his mind has been very much warped by his time with the Dama. So we're just gonna wait and see what happens with that, and just if he's going to continue down this path and become possibly the villain of the season. always get a shot of an ambulance, and this is the Croat and everybody making their way to a part of Manhattan, probably out looking for these people that have made their way in. We got Negan here with a very understandable kind of sour look on his face. He saw this guy get killed right in front of him, and we can come to the conclusion, and pretty, I think, confident conclusion. Negan is looking for the least lethal option when it comes to dealing with people now, because he doesn't want to fall back on old habits. And seeing that guy get killed, seeing that this guy was a good person and who was just trying to survive, that he was savagely killed right in front of him. And really, honestly, I hope Dama and Croat really have it coming their way. And I hope that Negan is one to deliver the blow, but maybe so with Croat. But then again, I think with Dama, I think Maggie's going to take her out for what she's done to Herschel, the way she's gotten to his head and everything, and the way that she's kind of turned him against her. So I'm thinking there's a lot of things coming this in the season. I don't know, honestly, if these handful of characters will make it past, because I think they will kind of serve their purpose. They will conclude their characters, and then seasons possibly 3 and 4, we're going to have something else going on. Maybe they'll find their way back to freaking Alexandria. Who knows? This is that scene where Negan says he will track down any soldiers that are still alive and take them out. Pretty simple, honestly. I think it's, again, something he's having to do to kind of prove himself after letting people get away, and not so much coming clean with Dama that he, really delayed taking out that boat because he saw Herschel, but of course he said it was just some kid. So I'm sure that he's going to be more or less kind of babysat by Croats, given that he's in this scene too. And here we got him here in this scene, and just kind of with this, I don't know, look of disbelief, but also the look that Negan gave him in the last episode. It's almost like he realizes that he disappointed Negan, and maybe he wants to make it up to him too, because we know that Croat is very much a Negan fanboy. So there's a lot going on with him. Then we got Maggie, Colonel Lucia, and Ginny there in the background with her beanie cap, and a handful of other probably random characters in this situation within Central Park, where they are slowly becoming surrounded by walkers that are in the overgrowth and everything. So they have to kind of back to back, kind of in a defensive position to take out or even make it out of the situation alive. And we got Negan here. This is him making his way into Central Park, all these walkers and everything that are caught up in the overgrowth. And there's, I think, going to be possibly, I don't know, there's just something going on with Negan where he's not obviously 100% committed to this, because he doesn't want to be that guy anymore. And he doesn't want to put anybody in danger that he doesn't have to. He doesn't want to immediately jump to the lethal conclusion, because that is just not who he is, and he doesn't want to fall back in that persona. Then we get the shot of Herschel. He's in this hallway. He is making his way. I don't know if this is a flashback or if this is him having separated from Maggie. Something come up where they got separated. So he's made his way into this building, because we have this other shot where he's got, he's killed a walker from the back, and we got all these random mannequins in the background. But then we got this scene where we have another one of these savage types, and I'm not sure who this is, as I know it's not Pearly. It's some other person, unless it's supposed to be a stand-in that's just in a very bad place. But taking out one of these savage people pretty, swiftly and everything, sweeping their feet out from underneath them. Then we got Ginny running through the overgrowth. Then we got this scene with that one woman from the beginning who is holding this heart. I don't know if it's animal or human, but something tells me these people are kind of off their rocker too, where they have found some maybe weird faith that they think is going to save them or something, because we know that people kind of fall back on weird things or go into kind of weird trauma bond type stuff, if in these types of situations. But here's another scene. I don't know if it's a flashback or a current day, because there's just no evidence to either or. But I'm kind of thinking it's flashback, like Herschel takes a moment and realizes the things that she has said to him when he was in her captor and everything. And, just the things that she said probably to mess with his head and implant ideas. Or, this could be present day where he's found his way back to her, because we know that Herschel is going to be very weird and just very dark from everything that we got from the actor who plays him and everything. And he said something interesting here lately, and I've thought about making a whole video, but I don't think I'm going to go that route. But he thinks that there's a way that we can set up a Glenn return. Now, obviously, this would be a hallucination or something like that, but honestly, I don't think Steven Yeun's going to come back. I think he's made it clear in the past where he is done with his character, he's done with this universe, and he has no desire to come back and revisit it. But here's to hoping that we could see him pop up. It would be kind of awesome, but kind of painful at the same time, considering that we know he is dead. But we'll have to wait and see. But other than that, that is the end of our shots from the trailer. I think there's a lot of stuff that's going to build up, and I kind of put a poll out there, so if you haven't seen it yet, where I put out there, considering that they have kept the last couple of episodes kind of under lockdown, they're not letting any early reviewers see it, is there a reason behind that? And my options were, cameo, after credit scene, or just for the sake of keeping it secret so nobody sees it and spoils it. But if you get a chance, go check out that. Give me your votes, see what you think. Leave comments, of course. But I'm excited for this. I'm more excited for this than I could possibly be for Daryl Dixon, because I've just not really enjoyed or understood, I guess, what the whole point of that show is or what story they're trying to tell, because it seems like they're going to have Carol get kidnapped at the end of this season, and then Daryl's going to have to go find her, and it's just got them hopping all over the place, and it's really annoying, just to put bluntly. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing, come back to the channel for more Walking Dead content just like this. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.